their whines and maniacal cries. Worship the dollar and cent, white collar descent. You holler and bent over the most tiny moderate dent. In your mountains of gold, accounts that you hold, you wound up an old young blood man. That fountain is cold. And I used to swear upon wisdom. You got brains to spare, you gotta give some. I kick back and flare my ignition. It's time to ride. When I need to feel alive, I just get in my car and drive. When life it starts to break my stride, I just get in my car and ride. What you doing, what you doing, what you getting? And when I need to feel alive, I just get in my car and drive. When life it starts to break my stride, I just get in my car and ride. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna drive my blues away. Gonna drive my blues away. Just another sunny day.
I seem to let it eat me up. You influence my frame of mind. My heart is stuck in a loop of your rhythm and rhyme. I try to replace you with something new. Watch my body dry as heartbreaker on the ground. Dancing about the idea of you, whilst you decide if I belong to lost and found. You know I'm dying to reach out to you. I'm trying but you can't see. You say my calls never come through. Why can't you just hear me? I'm crying 'cause I can't feel you. My heart's sinking to my feet. I'm lying 'cause I can't touch you. Why can't you just hear me? It seems to have impact on me. I feel pain every time you cry. You say you'll be back before I know it. Why'd you always lie? I tried to get on with somebody that's not you. Whilst I had the pain that sits before my eyes. Dreaming about the idea of you, whilst you decide if I fall or if I fly. You know I'm dying to reach out to you. I'm trying but you can't see. You say my calls never come through. Why can't you just hear me? I'm crying 'cause I can't feel you. My heart's sinking to my feet. I'm lying 'cause I can't touch you. Why can't you just hear me?
Okay, just give me a second. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Hi everyone, nice seeing you. Pozdrav Sasha once again. Okay, yeah, let's start streaming. I have a new setup here. It's a bit different than before, so I'll try to not mess something up. Let me just try and fix this second camera. Hi Nicholas, you were the first, and also Jeff Derek was first also, both first and first. Welcome you, Jose Maria, Sasha, and Charlie. Sorry if I butchered your name. Okay, so I have a bit of new setup. I tried to reorganize space, so I'm still not sure if everything is correct. I see that I'm peaking in the sound. Hopefully this will be better. Hey Johnny, nice having you. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff I prepared for today. Well, I haven't prepared actually a lot of it. I will definitely go through 0.118 changes. Thanks for that. And I prepared a list, but I didn't want to spoil anything, so I didn't open any new feature in the 1.1.8 version. Also, I prepared here, whoa, a bunch of stuff I'll be showcasing later on. These are some future projects, some stuff that I already mentioned before, but that will get its own video very soon. So let's get cracking. First thing that I really want to jump onto is the version 1.1.8. Yeah, I almost messed everything up because I don't know if anybody has seen my video last week. I was recording the ZoneMinder video, and for the Docker version I have different test setup than I have for the HASS.io. So I had to stop this one. This is the core version, boot this one, and since my recording setup is not that good, as you can see, it's currently not doing anything, and it's running, well, it dropped now to 67%, but it's usually around 80 to 90%. Yeah, you can see it here. So it took a bit of time for it to boot up and also to update. It's 53 minutes running now. Okay, so let me open here release notes. I'll do it like this. Again, a lot of stuff in this release, but I prepared a list here. I want to go to grid card, through grid card, logbook card, navigation commands. I want to see what is the difference there. I will not be talking about script duplication button because I myself will not be able to use it, since all my scripts, as all my automations, are in a separate file. There is a new date picker, entities card. Now you can add both header and footer. Calendar has been changed, and we now have a color selector integration. So let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, I don't know if anybody will be attending Home Assistant conference. I bought my ticket a couple of days ago, and I'm really looking forward to it. Still some 3 weeks until the conference. I think the conference is on the 13th. So because of that, also my schedule for the stream will be different. Usually there is a 3-week cycle between the versions, so version 1.1.9 was supposed to be, if you look at normal schedule, was supposed to be out around the, what is today, 21st, around 8th of December, but because of the conference they did things a little bit different. So the conference will be on the 13th. This is the Sunday. I think that the release of the Home Assistant will be on the 11th, and my stream will be on 12th. No, or something like that. So December 13th is Friday. My stream will be on Saturday, and the new release will be out on Sunday. but I will definitely check beta version. I will probably install it also, so we could then go on the 12th through the 1.19 version. But since we are still on the 1.18, we'll be looking at that version. I also had idea to, make a giveaway and buy a bunch of tickets for this conference, but unfortunately you are not able to buy tickets, only one ticket per person, so yeah. Okay, let's jump to grid card. I really like this one. I haven't tried it. Let's open up this instance. Let's go to, for example, lights. It's empty. No, it's not empty. Edit dashboards, and let's see if we can. Let me move. Oh, how do you like the new buttons? I really like them. Before we only had plus, and now we have also this text. I really like it. I like it better than before. So it's not a separate card. Nope. Oh, yet it is. Grid. Okay, and in the grid we can add, for example, button. Well, let's leave this one. Let's add additional button. I don't know, light. Also this button. Let's see what other switches we have here. Piano switch. It's really nice. You can then have either as one row, or I think that we can add more, and then it will spill into the. Nope, it's not working. No, it's not working. I don't know if anybody has tried it. The concept is really great because finally you can align everything and have everything in a grid. There is also option to, let's see if we can get map. Yeah, we can, but the map is really small. Okay, and let's add one more button switch. I don't know, 3. Okay. There is also option to change how many buttons you have in a row, so you can either make it more or less. I think default is the, yeah, I know, yeah, 4 in a manual mode, so I think it goes something like this. Let's see if there is anything in the documentation. You won't have to write blah 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 blah. Let's see here. Home assistant grid card. Number of columns is columns. Okay, let's try adding that. Ah, nice. I've only seen it on a picture. I didn't try it before this one, but I really like it, and I know that this will help me in my main setup where I have a bunch of things that should be together. And yeah, this really looks very, very nice. Thanks for the tip. Okay, let's see what else is new. Quick bar navigation, yes, it was introduced, blah blah blah. E, C, but what changed? Quick bar was added. Okay, okay, let's try it. E for entity, and once again I think no, we cannot press it like that. C for commands, navigate to configuration, Nice. This will really help. Oh, I should update. Yeah. This system was down when I was recording Zone Minder, so I still didn't update all the things I should have. It's very nice. I like it. I really like that they added this easier navigation bar. Let me see, stairs. Yeah. And the light is on. Great. Nope. Let's put it like this. Okay. So I really do like those cosmetic changes they've added. They can seem like cosmetic changes, but they're really nice additions to the Home Assistant. Native types, I'm not using it like that, but I'll probably think of something where in future I'll be using lists in this way as strings. Okay, a logbook card. This is something that I wanted to try. Let's go back to lights. Add card. If I'm not mistaken, you can select for what entities you want to have a logbook. Let me see if I have my plans here. Nope, these are old entities. Doesn't matter. Let me find climate. Nothing. Anything? Nothing. What can be here? What can be here? What can be here? Let me find something. Sensor. From door contact. Nothing. Yeah, unfortunately, as I said, I rebooted this system and it probably doesn't have a lot of entities data. As I said in some of my previous videos, a lot of data that I'm keeping here is not from this system, so I connected this system to my main setup via MQTT. And yeah. Hi! Nice having you here, Luis. Okay, but let me jump into my main setup. Let me switch to my main setup. Okay, let's see here what we can add. This is beta. Add card, logbook. Oh yeah, I know. On my recording setup, no, this was on Docker, so no. It should have some information there, but it doesn't. Nothing changed. What light did change? Let me put it like this. Zeta ceiling light. Okay, finally. So it's a great idea because you now can create a card that has only specific logbook entries for only specific device entities and things like that, and you can track the changes here. Nice. I really like it. I don't know for what I'll be using it or if I will be using it. Hi Ruperto, nice seeing you again. But it's really nice to have possibility to open, you know, a logbook with only one specific entity there. You can of course go to logbook and then have, you know, tons of different things here. Yeah, so annoying. Every time the minute changes, you have a new post in the logbook. But then again, it's very hard to find something, then you should go here and search for the specific entity. Let's see for latest launch payload to filter everything here. But now you can do same thing here, edit. Okay, it's unavailable. But yeah, you got the point. Okay, so what's else new? Let's go back to this screen. And let's see here. Okay, where is my mouse? Header and footer editor. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's go. Yeah, because previously you had to use external components from the HACS to do something like that. Now you have internal support for the headers and footers. Let's go here. Header. We can add a button. Nope, I don't know any button. Graph. Okay, probably no, it will not load. Let me see what I have here. Humidity. Funny, nothing available. Yeah, once again, this is a restarted system. What could be here? What could be here? Nope. Let's go back to my setup. Unfortunately, once again, I'm missing data here. Give me a second. Okay, let's try it here. Let's create new button. We'll leave this here, and here we will add the graph. Bathroom humidity, and on the footer, let's add no button. I don't know any button by heart. Let me also add a graph. Bathroom temperature. So, for example, you could have humidity and temperature here. There is no difference between that. And here you could have a control. Yeah, you see stats for the sensor itself, and then you'll toggle it or turn it on or off or things like that, which is really nice. It looks prettier than before. Okay. Let me open this. Let's see what's else new. Okay, supervisor network configuration. This is still not available, I think. Home Assistant OS, unfortunately, yeah, I'm not running it in the HASOS. I'm running it to the Synology. But the new version should be out really soon, if it's still not. Yes. Yeah, version 5 will be out. Okay, more or less this is it. Color Extractor, oh yeah. This is a nice thing, and I will probably be recording a separate video on that one. What it allows you is you can with this functionality you can have something like Philips Ambilight or things like that. What it does is it extracts the color from the image. So if you input their media player background, you know, this image that media player shows, where was it? I had a couple of seconds ago. Cancel whole media. Nope, it's not here. It's not on this one. Let me change the system. As you can see here, here is the image. If you put color selector, if you put this media player inside color selector, it would then say that, yeah, this image has prominent orange color, I think. Yeah, it's orange. And it will allow you to set whatever light you have connected with it to that color. And in that way you will be mimicking the, for example, Philips Ambilight or any TV that has embedded background lighting. So it's great functionality. I know that a couple of my friends, I don't know if they are currently on the stream, have done something similar, but yeah, it was much more painful or much more expensive than using this integrated component. So I will definitely be recording a video, separate video on this one, because I think that this is really nice addition to the Home Assistant. Let's go back to the what's new. Okay, these are color services, blah blah. Example automations. Yeah. New platforms, integrations, and then we had version 118.1 and 118.2. I didn't see any major problems with this version. I did check from time to time the community to see if there are any, you know, big issues why you shouldn't update or not, but for me it was working from the day one. And yeah, okay, but let's skip and let's go on something more interesting. Not maybe more interesting, but something that I wanted to show you and share with you. So let me close this. Let me close this, and I have one additional camera that I usually use for the things I have on my desk, but I'm having problems with it. Let me switch it on. Okay, so this is my funky keyboard. So there are a couple of future videos I will be doing. There are a couple of videos I will be doing in the future, not future videos. One of the videos is Dig Uno, as I mentioned in the tab of the thumbnail of the video. Let me check if you can see it. So these are the boards I've made so far. I think 15 or maybe even a little bit more than that of those boards, and I use it for the lights. LED lights. I have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I have them working on 12 volts. I have them working on the 5 volts. So why use these boards and not directly connect the ESP board to the LEDs? Because this board has also card type fuse here. So you insert here fuse, whatever, 5, 10 amps, depending on the load you are having and the voltage you are using. You here provide a voltage. It can work on both 5 volts. Where did this go? Sorry. It can work on both 5 volts and 12 volts. It has a step down converter here if you're using it on 12 volts. Here you pop up the ESP8266 or ESP32 board, and then here you have positive, negative, data and clock. So you can use it with the either 3-wire LED strips, digital addressable LED strips, or with the 4-wire LED strips. And I have both 3-wire and 4-wire. I have 12 volt and 5 volt. From what I've been using it now for more than a year, about week ago or 10 days ago I made 10 additional boards, and I will be making a video on how to not make them, although I did record all my soldering of them. So this is a handmade, I made this one. I'll be posting once again a link for Quindor, because Quindor is the author of this board. The board is called Queen LED Dig Uno, or Dig Uno, how Dr. Z calls it. I will be making a video on how to program either ESP or WLED. I think that WLED is much better firmware for them, but you can also use it with ESP. And how to add them to Home Assistant. I wouldn't say a lot of automations, but I do have a couple of automations. My night lights work on this board, so this board is connected to the LED strip that is under my stairs, and if motion sensor detects any motion, it gets triggered. And those LEDs are my wife's wish. I bought first the color LEDs, but she didn't like the circus or too much lights. So I bought white only LEDs, you know, between the, you can select if it's cold or warm light, but they are white only. So we have them now under the stairs, and they really are great lights, and they have been working for a year, I think. And the best part of that is that they are powered through the one of the unused phone chargers. So yeah, you can use phone charger to power it. So as I said, I will be making a video, and since I've made 10 boards, I'm not going to use 10 boards. It will be a bit too much for me, even for me. I will probably be giving away a couple of them. I think I'll be giving 2 of them together with the ESP module and pre-programmed with the WLED. The only thing that you will need is the power cable here and LED strip, and you would be able to run them in your own system. So this is one of the future videos, and as I said, I've been using this for over a year, and I really can say that the system, the board itself is really flawless. There is a now quad version. I don't think that I will be buying a quad version myself. Also, I don't think that I will be soldering. It's not that easy, but I would definitely recommend that if you want to get your hands on that board, you can go and order them from the Quindor in the worldwide. He has a worldwide shipping, but also the Dr. Z is selling for the US, and there is also now a shop in Canada selling them also. Let me find a link. Give me a second. I will give you the exact link of the LEDs I bought. Just give me a second. These are great. These are I have to be honest. I didn't find them myself. I was looking for the white colored LEDs, white colors only. So to have, yes, color, neutral white and warm white, and I did spend some time searching through the web, reading the reviews and things like that. So based on what I've read, I've got those that I have now working, and yeah, I was planning to make a separate video that would be like showcase of the nice things. But since it requires me recording parts of the apartment, I have to get a special permit for that. Okay, just a second. Let me just a second. Yeah, you can see. Let me close this camera. So I have reordered now these LEDs. I love those. I will be showing them in a second. This is unfortunately my shopping list on AliExpress. Don't ask, don't tell. These. Okay. So I got this SK6812WW white LEDs. As you can see, they have 3 white colors. Let me give you a link here. It's not affiliated link, so no problem. But these were the best price performance in terms of for what you can get them. There are a couple of other options for you. Give me a second. Okay, this is the link to the white colored LEDs I have. I think I bought these. Let me check. Yes, 30. Oh, no, wrong. Camera here. Okay, so I got those 5 meters 30 IP30. These are without any kind of water protection, anything, but since they are in such a place, I really do not know what would need to happen for them to get wet. And in regard to 2815, oh no, I have 28, but they are not 15. So these are the LEDs for 12 volts I have. I got white, 5 meters 150, and I think I bought IP65. So these were the WS2811 LED strips, so these are 12 volts. I bought a separate power supply for that, and that power supply was overkill both in terms of the amps it provides, but then again, probably because of that, I have no issues with the ESP board, the lights, anything. So yeah, let me give you a link to that. But as I said, these are the 2811, these are not 2815. And the power supply I bought, let me find it also here. Yeah, this one. 12 volts, 10 amps. It's not available anymore, but I think it's something like this one. So in size it was something like this one. It really works great. I did calculate the amps needed for the quantities of LEDs I have. Yeah, it's been working more than a year, I think, if not 2 years even, maybe. Yeah, but one of the really best LEDs I have is these. These are perfect. I don't know if you have seen them or not. They are very thin. I keep them in a glass, it's not a bottle, you know, for the cakes, for the cake displays you have that glass pedestal that has a glass top dome, and I keep them inside. The wires, definitely you can see them, but they look like the spider's web, so it's really great. My wife doesn't like too much, you know, shiny lamps. Cookie jar, something, yeah, something like a reverse cookie jar from the glass. So it's a small bottom and a big glass top. Hi, Mattia. Okay, I haven't seen this nickname in a long time. yeah. So I have them in a dining room, and it's really nice, you know, when the lights are out, you just give a small ambient light with them. something neutral lights, light lights, something like that. Yeah, yeah, definitely. The effect, and I don't know if you have lights like these, they are really great for things like that, you know, to put them something to for wires to be visible, but still, since they are made of this transparent material, and the wires themselves are not the gold but the silver color, you really lose the wires inside that bottle or jar or things like that. So yeah, these are the lights I have. I've also ordered just a couple of weeks ago some more lights. These are the same, I think. Yeah, it's the same manufacturing, same seller. So yeah, I really look forward to putting them this year on the Christmas tree, but don't tell my wife. Oh, sorry, link, yes. Yeah, I'm new at this, sorry. By the way, Mattia, have you been playing Niantic Ingress lately? Okay, so this is the link. I've ordered a bunch of stuff. Let me... Yeah, they changed on how items are displayed. Hey René, zdravo, hi. You still in Germany? Yeah, me too. I'm not playing it. It was really fun game, but I do have to admit, I checked. I don't know if anyone of you knows the game from Niantic. This was a company that was part of the Google. It's now spin-off. Is the company that also made the Pokemon Go, and we used to play that game. And I was really very active. And I opened it couple of days ago or weeks ago, the same app, and it's funny because it says that I walked 1,900 kilometers. And you played it too, yeah. Oh, it was really funny. And if I look at from the today's perspective, I maybe should try and start playing it once again, so I get more activity into my legs. I'm not walking as I walked before. Nice. I really do hope that you will find them great. I really spent a lot of time trying to dig out the let's call it like that, the best options from the experience from the others. And yeah, I really like them a lot. So this is, by the way, as I said, my shopping list on AliExpress. And yes, this number is problem. So 10 times 26. Okay, yeah. But then again, I buy a bunch of whatever stuff. So a lot of these things will be seen in my future mail day videos. I did manage to make a mail day video on time. It's already available to channel members. It will be released tomorrow at noon local time. I think that you will find there a couple of things that could be interesting. One is the next topic. Sorry, I went from the Diguna. I forgot what I wanted to say next. Next is this, and I know that a lot of you have seen it. I know that a lot of people have probably already made it. Per, you forgot. I know you had dinner. Yeah, just kidding. Nice seeing you here, Per. Nice seeing you. So what is this? Oh, if I turn the camera on, you will probably be able to see it. As I said, I'm new to this. This is the, how it's called, I forgot, T something. This is the Nfc module for the Home Assistant. Well, not for the Home Assistant, but it will be used inside Home Assistant. Christy, 67 pages. Ah, you are better than me. Yeah, you're better than me. Nice seeing you, Christy. Oh god, 67. Yeah, okay. Just don't tell my wife, although she's probably hearing every word I'm saying here. Yeah, so this is one of the future videos, same as the Guna. So this is the NFC reader or NFC card that you connect to the ESP8266, and by connecting it there you will be able to read FOBs, so either cards, keyring or Zita, mogu te nešto zamolit? Sorry. Ispod stola, u onoj staklenoj posudici, ćeš vidjeti kao nekakav gumeni sat. Sorry, I forgot. Last stream I wanted to show this, and I forgot, and I prepared everything for this stream, and also, once again, I forgot. Did you find it? Yeah, that's it. Thanks. And say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Okay. So, this. The most ugly NFC wristband you can have, but somehow I have it. And I think this one is old. This one is 10 years old or something like that. At one point I was working in one company, we were working on various NFC projects. We ordered a stock of you too, okay, I will not tell her, Christy. We ordered a bunch of, well, we didn't order, we ordered readers, handheld devices to read it, and they sent us bunch, and I really mean bunch of various things that have NFC embedded. From those single-use paper wristbands that you have in amusement parks, multi-use wristbands, things like this. They use it, not these ones, but similar. They are used in hotels or resorts where you have all you can eat and things like that. And somehow one of these is still in my possession. I thought that I've given everything away, and it's great because this is the reason why I bought this. And when the new version of the Android app was out with the NFC embedded, so NFC reader embedded in Home Assistant, I tested it with this and it worked. And I said, oh great, I have to buy this kit. You get in a kit header pins and DuPont cables. I already have ESP8266 boards. I think I have still a couple of them left. So I will be making a NFC controller from the, oh, let's check, I think this was version 1. What was the version? Just a second. Home Assistant. What was the version that got? Was it not 15? Was it 15? Let's find it. I think that was 15. That was the version that had a lot of new things added. Okay. Yes. Okay. The app, standalone tag reader, powered, available on GitHub. Yes. So this will be the project I will be making. I have this reader, I have the ESP board. Bye, Luis. Enjoy the meal. I will be printing the case. I have a couple of the NFC cards. So this will be also one of the next videos. This one also has, what is this? The coil? Is this the coil? Buzzer. Okay. I don't have buzzer. I will not be using buzzer. I do have Those LEDs, I think I have 1 or 2. For what I use them, I forgot. No, doesn't matter. Hey, hi Smart Home. Thanks. So yeah, I will be making a video on how you can do it. From what I've seen, it's really easy, and I'm really looking forward to play with it. I do not have this board free. This one has external antenna, I think. Yes, the antenna looks like it's... no, it doesn't, but nevertheless. So this is one of the things that you will be seeing in future videos. And also one thing that I already mentioned a dozen of times, it will also be in the oh, so yeah, this will be in the tomorrow's, this card reader will be in tomorrow's mail day video, but also finally this board. Let me turn the camera on. Okay, so this is the no, this is the Raspberry Pi, this is the PPD42, and this is the metrifull sensor I already mentioned a dozen of times so far, and I'm really happy with it. But what's new? What's new is that I'm finally releasing video where I open the box with it, and with this PPD42 particle sensor. I currently still have it dangling like this on the floor in my living room for almost 2 months now. It's been working okay, but I was really not happy with the Raspberry Pi, not in terms that it's not working or anything, but just I thought, well, I wanted to hook it up with the ESP board. And finally there is a ready-made ESP 8266 firmware. Well, it's not ready-made, you have to compile it, but it's much easier for any user, including me. I'm really not that proficient in the programming, to hook it up to the Home Assistant and to get all the data from this sensor. So in today's mail day I will be talking about this board a bit. I will briefly just go through all the sensor it has, and I think not this week, maybe this Tuesday, sorry, Wednesday or the next Wednesday, this video will be out. So this is one of the projects that will be in the next 2 weeks, besides the Guna board. And give me a second. I really have a small desk here, and wife and I went to IKEA to find something, but all the others that we found that I liked were too big. So I'm still stuck with this. Hi Bebach. Okay, so I want to show you one thing that stopped one of my projects for more than 6 years. 6 months or 6 years. This. Does anybody know what this is? Yeah, it's funny. This will be also a video I will be preparing. This is for programming tiny, how it's called, tiny 85, tiny 88 USB to serial, or yes, it's called USB ASAP or ISAP programmer, and I was not able to find it here locally in Croatia. I did look at dozens of stores, yeah, and I couldn't find it, so I had to order it from China. And first package got lost, then I had to wait for new shipment. So all in all, my project for the DIY BMS was on hold because of this programmer. Yeah, I have prepared a lot of boards. These are the, so no, like this. So this is the controller board. It has ESP32 on itself with the antenna. It uses those cables here to be connected with the nodes, and I've made 14 nodes, and I couldn't hook them up because in order for them to work you have to program them, and I didn't have programmer. 8085. Yes. Johnny, you wouldn't believe what I tried. Here is the leftover from one of my trials. So this is the Uno, or how it's called, this board. Yeah, it's Arduino Uno board. I tried this one, I tried the original one. I spent a lot of times trying to work around the issue. Okay, so I do not have USB ISP, and it simply didn't work. And I was really frustrated because this project was supposed to be over during the summer. Why? Well, I do have some crazy ideas. Sometimes, as I mentioned a couple of times, I live in an apartment. So, okay. I wanted to do a Powerwall, like small, I don't know, 20 cells in a pack Powerwall, just proof of concept. Then I wanted to buy a solar panel that I can easily put in and remove because I'm living in an apartment. I wanted to buy solar charge controller, and I got it. Now I got it, and unfortunately this whole project was postponed because of this programmer, and it finally arrived last week. But since this is end of the year, it's very busy time at work. I don't think that I will be able to do anything with this project until I don't know, January or something like that. And I was really looking forward. So I have the latest firmware of DIY BMS. I don't know if you have seen how it looks. First of all, kill the camera. Yeah, I really, the only thing that I want right now is just to program those boards I've soldered, and that's it. That's it. I will throw it away. I will burn it. I will sacrifice it for something else. Let me open DIY BMS. Stuart Pitaway. Where is his DIY BMS? Okay, DIY. Now this is it. No, I will not be burning. So what is the idea? So the guy, if you want to have BMS controllers, you have to go for the very expensive ones if you have Powerwall. And the guy sat and said, okay, what are the things that each Powerwall should have, how it should work, what to do with extra charging that comes to the battery if it's full, how to monitor this and that. So he made his own DIY BMS controller, and it includes two parts. One part is the hardware, so he designed the boards themselves. You can order them partially built from the GLC PCB, and he also developed the code. It's now currently version 4, and what it allows you also to hook it up to MQTT. You define how many batteries you have in a pack. You define what type of batteries you have, because depending on the batteries there is the trickle voltage, overcharge, under voltage, things like that. Yeah, my watch is telling me to get up and exercise, not now. So I really like the project, and the only reason why I'm building this is just to see how this works. I will, when I finish recording everything, I will probably have a bunch of the boards to give away. I know that I only need one controller, so I made 5 controllers. I will keep 1 controller and 1 for the spare. I will be giving away 3 controllers. I just have to see if there is a newer version or not, because I don't want to give something that is older version. And also I have, I think, 15 nodes. Each node it has a temperature sensor, it has a bunch of resistors, so the extra current going into the battery can be turned to heat and and the batteries can be balanced with them. So I have 15, I think I soldered 12 or 14. I think I have one board that has issue because the solder went under the tiny. If I manage to save that board, I will also be giving away a couple of more boards. I don't know, 4 or 5. So anybody who will be interested to try this project, yeah, I will be giving them away, because I don't need, as I said, I will keep 7 for me, so I will have a 7 how it's called, 7, oh my god, 7 batteries, 7S20p, yes, no, 720, no, okay, my brain is dead, sorry. Okay, so this is one of the things I really hope I will have enough time. I was just talking with the family today, I still have 3 full weeks of vacation time for this year, and we have to use our vacation until the 1st of January, and we only have 6 working weeks left in this year. So I really do not know when I'll go on vacation, but if I go now on a vacation, if you consider all the holidays, I will probably not be returning to work until the January, and if that happens, I will have time to finish the project. But on the other hand, today we had sun for the first time in the last 10 days, so I will not be playing with anything solar until the spring or summertime. Yeah. Okay, so let's see where we are with the topics I wanted to talk about today. Yes, as I mentioned NFC tags, the GUNO plus the WLED. I did mention DIY BMS, Metriful. Pesor was here. I don't know if you are still here or not. Sorry, I know that I'm streaming during your dinner time. But what I wanted to talk is what's happening with the high grow boards. Yeah, I just sent mail, I think yesterday evening, to Per. I only have you too. Yeah, I know that unfortunately I will not be able. I will probably take a week, couple of days here, couple of days there, to use up some of my holidays, and I will probably be left with 7-8 days that I will never use, because the calendar resets on the 1st of January. But yeah, it happens every year, every year. So I was talking about the plant sensors. Let me switch to the plant sensors themselves. So let me find where it is. My main setup. Let me switch it here. Okay, I'll move this camera. Plants. So as you can see, I still only have 2 plant sensors, and I did order 7, I think, so far, but unfortunately I managed to burn 2 of them. Oh, you're here, Per. Okay, so as I was saying, I did manage to burn 2 of them, but I did order. Somehow I knew probably that I will burn them, so I ordered 2 more. Okay, so now I have 2 more. Then I was ordering batteries, then none of the batteries arrived. I used very old batteries and I had problem with one of them, this one. So finally on Friday, first package, and this is my second order, managed to arrive. First parcel was lost or whatever, it never did arrive. So today I've added this new battery. This one is 400 milliamp hours, this one is now 800 milliamp hours. It's still not charged. I haven't charged it. I have to charge it to a full cycle. And I also ordered new boards, but it looks like the new boards were lost. But then I got notification about 2 hours ago that they are in Zagreb, so I hope to have them there, to have them here probably Tuesday, Thursday next week. So I will have at this point total of 5 boards. When they arrive, I will place a new order for additional 3 or 4 boards. I need to have total of 12, but that's just logistics. If anybody has implemented high grow board, first version, you can see that there is a difference on sensor data. I think that there is difference between the sensor data you see now that was not available in version 1. But Per has did a great job and we are now on version 4. And the biggest jump is something that I really look forward. I really like VS Code, and the ability, and Arduino IDE is great, but I wouldn't say that it's intuitive. So yeah, Per did great job. He managed to make it work inside the VS Code, and it also works with platform IO. So the compiling and everything is much more simple than it was before. Per also did a great job with adding auto discovery. So this is the big difference between the version 1 and the later versions, if I'm not mistaken. So I will be probably making a new video on how to work with the version 4. I will also be playing a little bit with the one additional integration. I think this is called HACS plant something. Let me find it. Where was it? Front end. How it's called? How was it called? This was, I know that I've seen it, additional plant interface for the Home Assistant, when you can have a picture and things like that. Doesn't matter, I will find it. So I will probably be doing a video later on, a video about that one too. And yeah, this is it. So either we end the stream now, or anybody has any kind of a question. I don't have that much of... Oh yeah, anybody using Travis? I'm really interested to see if anybody is using Travis and maybe received email in the last day, 2 or week. Yeah, he did a great job, really great job. So anybody who is using Travis or planning to use a Travis and isn't aware, there were a lot of changes in the open source community in the last couple of weeks, months. One of them was GitHub. I know that a lot of people that use Watchtower have issues because now there is a rate limit on the number of requests unnamed user can make on a GitHub. Then if you do log in and create account, sorry, not a GitHub, on a Docker, if you have account on a Docker Hub, you can have a bit more requests than unnamed user. But for all the people that have a lot of Docker containers and a lot of systems, they are pushing the limit of Docker Hub. Watchtower is one of the problems, because Watchtower is every 5 minutes checking if there is a newer version of the Docker image or not, and this breaks a lot of things for a lot of people. So I will be making a new video. Yeah, I will be making a new video about how to override Docker changes, meaning that this time Watchtower will be only watching some of the containers. It will either have longer cycles between the requests. I know that Watchtower completely. It's working. I just got my images updated today. The problem is that the Docker is a limiting number of requests in a 6 hours period, and if Watchtower goes about this free usage, it will return the error. So maybe this is the problem for you, Per, because I know that on my other system, the one I shut down hour and a half ago, I'm still having it and it's still working. So I will be making a new video on how to use Watchtower for updates, but only with the user requesting the update, and the other one would be how to set up more infrequent requests. For example, check for the update every 30 minutes or 1 hour, so that you do not go above the Docker limitation. But it should still work. The only problem, as I said, it is watching how many requests you made in the last 6 hours. So if you disable it, you have to wait 6 hours, less, but let's say 6 hours, until you can, do a circle again. So yeah, this will be one of the things I will be recording and making a new video. I'm really disappointed, or I know, okay, I really understand why Docker implemented this thing, because more and more people are using Docker Hub, and it was really easy for everybody to know, just say, okay, here's the image, go to Docker, download and everything, and Docker was getting overloaded. On the other hand, Docker is not the only player anymore. There are some other technologies that are very similar to Docker, and not a lot of enterprise users are going for a commercial version. So yeah, small Docker image which you can set up to notify on Telegram for each new Docker version, also execute. Nice, thanks for the tip. I will screenshot this. Oh, and I really do hope that I managed to fix the one issue that was probably nobody saw it or understand it or was aware of it. Every stream I had. That's great, Per, but the question is how many Docker containers you have. If you have only one Docker container, then maybe having update every 5 minutes is no issue. But if you have 15 or 20 Docker containers and each one is checked every 5 minutes, then you can get to this rate limit. Mattia, you remember me of one other problem. So I had a problem that my chat was not available after the stream ended, and I really spent a lot of time trying to fix it. I think that I finally found why it was not recorded or saved. So I really do hope that this will be working. If not, I will be sending you a message, Mattia, on Telegram. You still using Telegram? Everybody who played Ingress is using Telegram. This was the main communication channel, and there was one other application people were using for the voice communication. I forgot what I said. Yeah, okay. Sorry, there was a question up there. Hi, how to use Grafana? Sorry, how to use iframe Grafana configurator when I use SSL connection? Now it doesn't work on my HA. Okay, for the configurator I really do not know, but I presume, and presume is sometimes bad. For Grafana I know. In Grafana you have to specify the SSL location, and you have to load the SSL. What I did in my setup when I had it, I copied, I know it's not the best method, but I copied the SSL from the folder where it was created to the Grafana folder, and then I locally mapped it inside the Grafana. Let me give me a second. I think I will. I think I have something here. I have a new setup, as I said. I moved my second monitor from here to here, which is really great because now I have line of sight, screen, camera, and the second monitor. But now I have this light shining directly into my right eye, and I hate it. Oh, pair 12. Then probably you have to have 13 for this to stop working. Just kidding, but I know that a lot of people had issues, and it was really all over the community. People getting disappointed because they couldn't, you know, update things. They had to find a way how to avoid this problem. Give me a second. Grafana. Okay, so this one. Maciej, here is the Docker URL, sorry, Docker line, Docker string for the see you later or hear you later or write you later pair. Enjoy your lunch or dinner. Maciej, I will be sending you here the link. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is the string. Too long. Let me split it up, and you can let me see. So this is the first part. This is the it's not even fitting here. So okay, so this is the second part, and this is the third part. Okay, so you have to copy this and make it one line. But what it does is it will allow you to embed Grafana into the iframe, because Grafana doesn't like embedding. It will force you to use HTTPS for the secure connection, and it also tells you where the certificate itself is. So in this case, as you can see, you have volume 1 Docker Grafana. Here is the place where you have to put your SSL certificates, and then you map it with the var SSL folder. And here in the GF servers cert key and cert file is the string that you have to put for the certificate to be loaded. And this will work for the Grafana and iframe. For the configurator, I really am not sure. I'm not using it anymore. I'm using Visual Studio Code. So I cannot help you, unfortunately, with that. Pozdrav, Sasha. Thanks for being here and have a nice time. So yeah, as I said, for file editor / configurator, unfortunately, let me look at the no, Mattia, no, never, no. I will show you now. GitHub. Okay. Home Assistant, File Editor, Docker. I have to find it. What is the name? Just give me a second. I cannot find it. I cannot find the repository for it. But there should be a way there for you to specify where the SSL certificate is located. But as I said, I never tried. At the time when I implemented full SSL encryption in my system, I moved from configurator to the VS Code. Then I had the issues with the VS Code, and then I moved to the supervised version, where I do not have any kind of problems anymore with the certificates. So I mentioned my let me look at here, Grafana. Okay, it's not working currently. I have to check what's going on. So to be honest, I haven't opened Grafana in such a long time, Mattia. I stopped using it. The reason was that when I started using Home Assistant, the graphs were terrible. Really ugly and terrible. Then you had to go and find the custom component, then you had to install the custom component, then you had to do a bunch of stuff, you know, voodoo things, whatever, to make it work. And then they implemented nicer looking graphs. So that's the time when I stopped using the external components, and probably that was the time when I stopped using Grafana. Give me a second here. I don't know why this one is not working. Maybe I don't know. I think that this one is in a separate Docker container. Let me think of something. Just give me a second. No. Let me see why the Grafana is down. Come on. Docker. Yeah, Grafana is down. I don't know why. The container was stopped. Who knows? I think if it's stopped, it has been stopped for a long time. I think I remember when I stopped it, where I didn't stop it. I was replacing batteries in the UPS, and I had to take down my Synology with all the Docker containers. Then I'm still lazy to put startup script that would start containers in a specific order. Probably it tried to start up, the influx DB was not up, and it just crashed or stopped. Let's see. It's opening up. And Grafana is up. Believe it or not. So this is it. I really do not use it for anything. I don't think that I even have fast.com speed integration anymore. I forgot how to use it. How do I change my dashboards? I know that I had more than those. I'm not using this anymore. I don't have this anymore. How do I change my dashboards? Ah, okay. Electricity. Rooms. Everything is empty. I have to check. Maybe my database is not working. Yeah, I will do that later. So this is the reason I'll probably never ever show my Grafana, because I really stopped using it. I like it a lot. I know that a lot of people have done a bunch of nice stuff, but for me it just added an overhead on the system that I didn't need. I know that you can do much more in Grafana than you can do here. You can do analytics on data that you can never do in Home Assistant, but you know, this was sufficient. One of the things I will also recording a new video. I already have video recording a new video is a portainer. Although I'm using a new version of the portainer. Just a second. Portainer is down too. Okay, is anything working? Yep, Portainer is down too. Okay, but the Minecraft server is on. I don't get it. Okay, refresh. Okay, let me change the screen. So this is Portainer version 2.0. I know that I do not have big system. I only have how many? 20 containers, 22 containers, 1 stop, 21 running. But I didn't see any difference between 1.2 version and 2.0 version, and there is no way for you to upgrade from 1.2 to 2.0. But then again, it's really boring, because every time you open Portainer, there at the lower bottom of the screen you get notification that there is a newer version available and you cannot update. So I will be doing a quick video on how to remove this Portainer and add the new one. The only difference from what I remember is that it's not called Portainer anymore. You have to add for the Docker image Portainer-CE, I think. While I'm here, how do you like MiFlora sensors? Are you happy with them? I have one in my shopping list. I'm not sure. If I'm not mistaken, it's working on the Bluetooth. So these are my containers. As you can see, my Zigbee is now running inside add-on. I can remove this container. I got ADB server once again working because I bought Mi TV stick. Anybody got this new Google Chromecast plus Google TV? It's in my shopping list and I'm not sure if I would go with that or not. So if anybody has it and it has some nice words for it, send me a message. Paper MC. I really have to kill this server. Nobody is playing. Nobody played on it, and it's still up and running. Images, as you can see, I'm not cleaning as fast as I should. Wow! So I have more than a month old images here. Yeah, more than a month. Okay, let me quickly select these I still didn't do a script that would automatically clean old unused Docker images. But as I said, since I have still about 4 terabytes of free disk, whatever I have here. Whoa! How many versions? Oh, I should check there. Let's see the profits. Anybody knows what StoreJ is? Storage node, StoreJ. It will removing them. Okay, let me stop this, close this, nope, this, and here I will open my StoreJ node. 14002. Okay, so what StoreJ is? StoreJ is something like storage, but play of words. So since I have a lot of people already know, this was one of the reasons why I installed Home Assistant on Synology. Since it was already running, I had a lot of capacity on it. It was up for, it's now up, no, it's not up for more than 5 years, because I did have a couple of shutdowns, including during the earthquake when it died because there was no electricity and the UPS died. But let's call it like 24/7 running NAS. And when I was searching, for what you can do with the hardware you have lying around and working 24/7, I found this project. So StoreJ node, StoreJ storage. It's a cryptocurrency based storage, meaning what you would normally do with the Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive or Amazon, whatever. You can have distributed storage network on all the continents that has been hashed, rehashed, secured, split, and then sent to various nodes around the world. Each file is, I don't know, split in how many parts, and then each part is kept at 6 or 7 different locations. So there is even not a theoretical way for anybody to be able to get one complete file, or to, you know, decrypt it or see what's inside the file. And yeah, I started that. I said, why not? I have enough. I think I don't remember. I think that total amount of disk space in my Synology is over 12, maybe 16 terabytes. So I said, okay, let's give this project 4 terabytes of the space, and now I'm lending my space to whoever is using this project to keep backup of its files or project files and things like that. So yeah, 4 terabytes of my storage go there. This is the statistics for the online as the system see me. Yeah, as you can see, Europe sees me as a 100%, while some other, what is this, Salt Lake, so it's America, Asia, US one, and EU second one. And then by allowing people to use your storage, if you have system already running and if you have spare storage, you earn something. Let me open my stats. So for example, in October I got $17 for that, 56 in September. You get paid for the storage you give. You will definitely not make your salary based on that. You will even not cover the investment cost, but while you already have system running, why not? I like those silly projects. The funniest thing of all is I have a lot of tokens from this company. Definitely for not doing anything. Yeah, Johnny, definitely it is. I think that I already have some, I don't know, depends on the, since this is a cryptocurrency, it really depends on the day when you look at the amounts. It can vary from $600 to $5,000 worth of tokens. But yeah, I'm keeping everything there. Who knows, maybe in a million years it will be worth something and I can leave something for my children or grandchildren, if they will be able to ever sell those Ethereum tokens and make something of it. One thing which really scares me is even trying to convert this into hard currency, and those local taxes now that say that 40% of it will be taxed. So whatever I make, 40% directly goes to the state. So yeah, maybe I'm waiting for the end of the world where there will be no state and no taxes, so I can pull that out. Yeah, but you are correct. If you look at, maybe I have this system. This is the new version. This is version 3 or version 4 of this system. It does says version 1, but they completely overhauled how it works. I think this is version 3 now, and I maybe look at that system once in every 2 or 3 months. So it's really set forget. If anybody would wake me up in the middle of night and said what you have running that system, I will probably forgot what I have. So if you have spare system, if you have spare disk space, I will be putting a link in the chat there. You can check that project if I remember where the link is. Just a second. StoreJ, just a second. Okay, StoreJ.io. So this is the link if anybody wants to check the project. Okay. So anybody has any specific topics he wants to talk about, just please not Grafana, because I have nothing to show you there. Multitasking, multi-screens. Let me see. So let's get back. Anybody has any tips for the Black Friday or Black Friday month or Black month of something, or however it is called now? I see that AliExpress is calling it Black Friday week. I've seen a couple of deals on the Tinker.de Deutschland. I've used it for a couple of years now to buy my Google Home devices. Also Cyber Monday. It's not Cyber Monday, it's now Cyber Week of Monday or something like that. Everything is extended 1 week or full month. So I don't think that the only thing that currently is on my watch list for Black Friday is this new Google Chromecast with the Google Chromecast with Google TV. Yeah, my Google Home was activated by my inability to speak the name of the device. I will try to find. I know my wife is starting to bake a cake without me, and I know that I have to join her and help up with something. So I will post a couple of links I have. I know that we have WhatsApp group, couple of friends where we post the links we find. I've seen a couple of... I was really surprised. All my Tado devices, and I have Tado Smart Thermostat through 3. Yes, Pedro, you're correct. I have 3 Tado Smart Valves. Everything, all of those devices were bought on Tinker.de because I found that they have greatest deals from what I've seen in the EU, if we forget UK. Not that UK still is not the member of the EU, but due to the shipping and everything, it was much easier to order from Germany, Italy, France than the UK. I don't know why. And also they have pounds, then I have to convert pounds to euros, euros to kunas, vice versa, and so, okay. But this year there isn't a single device on the Tinker.de Germany from Tado, and they remove it completely, which is really strange because if you look at the company Tado is located in the Germany, so okay. I thought that something was going on with the company, but no, I see that they released a couple of new devices. There is a new wireless thermostat. Yeah. So I'll be posting a couple of links on the Discord server from what we found currently for the deals. As I said, I will be looking at the deals. If I find something spectacular, really spectacular, then maybe I'll be going that way. I was also looking at Stadia. I don't know if anybody is using. I know that PlayStation 5 I will definitely not be getting. I had PS1, PS2, PS3, couple of PS3s because they were dying like crazy. PS4. That's it. I do not have time to play it. I wanted to try Stadia. None of my friends has it, so the only deal currently I've seen was on the Google Store, and it included Chromecast Ultra, Stadia, and 3 months of membership. Not compatible? You're kidding me. Really? Not compatible with the new Chromecast for now. Yeah, I know that they're probably releasing. It's like I was reading news about PlayStation 5 yesterday, and I said everything is working great, but if you want to save progress, you have to have PlayStation Network. It's called PlayStation Network account active, because currently USB cannot save your game data. Sorry. So you have brand new device and everything, and it's not compatible with something that every PlayStation in the last 5 years had, 10, 15 years. Hi Per, how was the dinner? We will be making a cake, and I will have to wrap up my stream very soon. By the way, do you hear music in the background? I was trying really hard to make the pretzel work. You know that somebody asked me something today on the YouTube, I think, or somewhere, and I was thinking of how people changed before. Oh, ZoneMinder. ZoneMinder. So the question was if I tried something or not. And before I would jump, I have a working setup, doesn't matter if it works, I will disassemble it completely, play with it, and then hope that it will once again work after I finish whatever I was trying to do. And after that question, I just sat there and think, no, I will not be doing that. No. This time not. I finally have a system that is working. I have a recording set up, and so yeah, I don't tinker with my working configuration. But what I managed to do hour and a half before the stream, updated recording software, updated Pretzel Rocks and it stopped working. And I updated also the Logitech camera software. And I completely changed on how my streaming is working. So when I was about to start streaming, I was really crossing all my fingers I had for it to really work, because I was really messing with the things that you do not want to mess with, you know, before you start whatever you want to play. It was really 50-50. It even didn't work because of one of the changes, because my token was revoked, Twitch token was revoked, so it was really nice half an hour before the stream started, you know, trying to fix everything that was working hour and a half before that, but I found it, you know, let's try and update everything. Luis, thank you very much. Welcome to the members. Now you have access to secret data. Just kidding. But you are able to also check out tomorrow's video. It is already out for the members. And you will be able to see the video on Tuesday. That's why I made mistake, because I release videos on Wednesday, but I try and make pre-release of the video at least on Tuesday. So you get one day earlier to see it. You know, you don't have to wait in line. Just kidding. Oh, by the way, anybody, super secret stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm really bad at marketing and self promotion. I have Twitch account. Sorry, Twitter. Yeah, I also have Twitch account, but I don't like Twitch. I have Twitter account and I forget that I have it. I have Facebook account. I never post anything there, and no, I will not be posting. Somebody asked for the video on Facebook Messenger, and I really have to say sorry. I will definitely not be doing that one. For somebody who is not using Facebook, to go back and play with the APIs, keys, things like that, no, I just don't want to go that route. It can be, you know, very time consuming, and I myself would never trust Facebook with any data. I'm already above the 2 hours. I really would like to thank everybody who joined the stream today. Thank you guys. Luis, thank you also for becoming a member. You are 8th member. Yay! Thank you. And Internet 3.0. Yeah, we do paper less, paper more. Thank you very much for joining. I hope that everything will be okay with the stream. If everything is okay, I'll be releasing recording very soon. Today will be a mail day video. As I said, I think that there are 2 interesting things. I have a lot of stuff that comes and goes through my mailbox, so three things will be not very much, but I think that you will like 2 of them. Once again, thank you very much for joining. Be safe, take care of yourself, your friends, family, and I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have fun. And let me find the button to turn this to stream end.